Good evening. It is 8:55 p.m. on a beautiful Monday here in I want to say clear skies, a little bit windy, California. Lots been happening. We have ice raids over the weekend. We have more news coming in from the Middle East, covering a little bit of that. A little bit of personal news. The garden will be back in action, slowly working it up. One issue though, it's been windy as hell. So I've been dying with allergies. It sucks because it's like you wake up, you're expecting a good day, but I can't breathe because both my nostrils are infested. But enough about that. Yeah, that's pretty much been my weekend. Cleaning up. I made bread, homemade yeast bread with like milk, bit of water. Came out delicious. Good amount of butter. And what else did we do? Pretty much clean the backyard. Been happy with how my YouTube's doing. I've been getting some amount of views, which is nice. Nothing crazy. At least like one or two views on the video, so it's starting up slowly. You know, as long as I keep posting things up, someone out there will be watching. And if it's you, welcome. Thank you for watching. um Last one. Oh, it's got a view. That's something. I posted on January 10. My most watched one is uh 11 11 views on December 26th. And another bit of good news is I've also been approved for my TikTok to stream live. I'll be setting that up, and I should be setting up like a Discord. So that'd be fun. Be a little scared because it's like um a lot to manage. It's like managing a Discord with a bunch of people. But other than that, everything's been pretty good. Sleeping late, very late, like up to 5 a.m. Yeah, so I saw this the other day. Like I literally saw it like flying through the sky.
Than any. New here at 11, a fireball seen streaking across the night sky. One of our own directors, Mike Gilbert, captured this from our studios here in Glendale, a little brighter than the normal shooting star or meteor. So we reached out to the American Meteor Society, who confirmed it is a fireball, which is a meteor brighter than any star or planet in the sky. In this case, they received more than 30 reports.
Yeah, my sister and I were outside watching the sky. She got like binoculars and she wanted to see what's going on up there. And for a quick second, we saw it. We were like, "What was that?" I thought it was a shooting star, but then we later saw this article, and I was like, "Oh, it was really bright. It was pretty cool, you know." Uh, so a little. I want to talk about this guy's. host Wisconsin Conservative Sponge. First of all, using SpongeBob as a conservative page mascot, no, we can't do that. SpongeBob is a communist. He led a strike against the Krusty Krab. Uh, I don't know. Here we go.
Restore the working man to his rightful glory. I will dismantle this oppressive establishment board by board. I will saw the tables of tyranny in half. Gnaw at the ankles of big business. Squidward will be so proud.
How can this person use SpongeBob as his political conservative? Fucking dumb. First of all, this is a horrific look for Wisconsinites. He does not represent us. And it's a guy actually like defending his neighborhood, standing guard, watching, making sure the ICE terrorists aren't like taking away people. Who is this? Who is paying this guy? Imagine not having a job, so you're able to watch for ICE all day. It could be his day off. The fuck is he talking about? You never have a day off? I swear, these people just want to work day and night for the most minimal amount of pay. It's like they don't like money. And so what if he's using his free will to help people? You know? And 3, a business that feels the need to shut down during ICE raids is probably doing illegal things. You know what? He's probably right. Because the people who are doing illegal activities are the owners who are not paying these workers enough. The immigrants who are working there are not getting paid a fair wage, most likely. They're being paid under the table, being overworked and underpaid, and they're paying the same amount of taxes as this guy. I'm sure, you know, to state that they're doing illegal activities for just being undocumented themselves. It's like the stubborn need to defend your side when the other side is just existing. That's all they're doing.
Stand on this corner.
Paul, you came in from Madison, Wisconsin. That's a long drive. Help explain to me why you're here outside of this business right now.
So I'm out here right now because this business put out a call for people to stand on this corner to watch the business for them. They've been really worried about reopening. They were shut down for the past 5 days after ICE was here, and they just aren't comfortable just doing this on their own.
And this is a Mexican restaurant.
And not even like, I should also be adding that the fact that the customers are also could be undocumented as well. So not only is it the workers being scared, it's also the customers who are being driven away by the ICE terrorists. Because that's what they're doing. They're bringing terror to the community. They're not doing anything good. They just shot and killed somebody. Someone off duty killed another person. I'm talking about Keith Porter. And then we also have people dying in the detention centers. And there's also a various amount, like 14 people in total, that were killed by ICE in public shootings. And it's almost always the same thing: self defense because they were almost hit by a car. And it's like in the videos, you can see them being away from the car when they're shooting. It makes like zero sense.
And grocery store. And Paul, I see that you have a lot of equipment on you. You have a camera, obviously. You have another GoPro back here. You've got this acts as a whistle, you were telling me, and you've also got a first aid kit. It would be easy to understand why somebody wouldn't want to be coming out here to do the work that Renee Good was doing after she lost her life. But instead, you drove in 4 hours away.
Yeah.
Why is it so important for you to be here right now, to be doing this work right now?
Yeah, I have family in this community, so I was really worried about them. They shared their concerns, and they have a young son. They're not able to do this work. They're not able to stand here and watch over the neighborhood. So I'm here for them, for this community. This is what they need. They need to see people in this community out here supporting them, showing them that we are not afraid of this state-sponsored terrorism.
And the Trump administration, Paul.
So this individual is scared or concerned about someone defending their community? The most backwards, ideologically stubborn people. Here we are. They shot and killed Renee Good. They put 7 holes in Miramar Martinez. They killed Keith Porter Jr. It's been the deadliest year on record for ICE. Yet here we are placing a knee on the neck of a citizen. Imagine doing this in the city. George Floyd was killed. Christ, dude. Here we are. ICE agent detained a U.S. citizen, legal observer in Minneapolis, smashing his car window, dragging him out, and placing a knee on his neck, a conduct banned under Minnesota law after George Floyd. So A, they have next to zero jurisdiction to detain someone, which is, I guess, technically a gray zone, but there's no official writing that they're allowed to detain anybody, any legal citizen. B, he's practicing his First Amendment, which is just literally documenting what they're doing. And C, breaking a conduct after it led to a murder, after it killed somebody, which is putting a knee on someone's neck. This is terrorism. Like, I like where this person is coming from, but it's a little bit naive thinking that the state and police should be dispatched to regulate them. The state and police are working with ICE. They're working with ICE. They're not here to protect the citizens. They're here to protect ICE. Like, it's It's nothing much more than the state versus the people. At this point, right now. Because the governor of Minnesota has said he'd release the National Guard to be on the side of the people, but yet he hasn't called for the removal of ICE from Minnesota. They said they'll bring legislation apparently, but how little do the words on a piece of paper do than just straight up sending people to remove ICE physically? Oh, another video about the 17-year-old Target worker being detained. Or I gotta find another word for detained, because that's kidnapped? Assaulted? We'll go with assaulted right now, just for now. And then after confirming, they found him sobbing and bleeding. There's another angle of like the video of like again, knee on the neck.
You guys are all on video.
They don't care.
No, don't take my phone. Hey, they got my phone.
Where is the paperwork for that?
Where's the?
They do it on target. They do it on target.
Hey, don't. Stand up.
Where are their warrants?
Hey, phone worker.
Anybody else? Going to ask where the fuck the warrants are. You guys don't have the right. What's your name? What's your name?
Jonathan Aguilar Garcia. I'm literally a U.S. citizen.
Give us a phone number.
citizen.
Get the fuck out of here, Ace.
Why are you kidnapping a citizen?
In there.
Why are you? Why?
Sir, give us your phone number. We'll call your family. Give us your phone number.
At least family. Wait, you want your family to know?
I literally have my passport.
There's better jobs out there to be doing. Like, there's better jobs you could be doing instead of doing this. Our roads need to be paved. There's houses that need to be built. There's oceans that need to be cleaned. There's rivers that need to be cleaned as well. You know, there's nature conservatories that you can lend a hand to. But this isn't a job. This is a gang organization. This is a state sanctioned gang. Oh yeah, it's so fucking weird. It's like ICE agents force a lady into a porta potty.
¿Qué? ¿Por qué?
Agarraron a alguien, llevan a alguien.
It's so fucking weird. This is some Israel shit. This is IDF level threats. The only step that we're missing is like being bombed constantly. And if we were to start anywhere, it would be Minnesota. Because they're already sending 1,000 more, I believe. Let me see if I can find that article I saw. Zoom in a little bit here. Okay. Homeland Security to send hundreds more officers to Minnesota, Nome says. This was yesterday at 10:52 p.m. DHS deploys more officers. Okay, I'll just read it. January 11th, Reuters. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security is sending hundreds more officers to Minnesota. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said in remarks that aired on Sunday after tens of thousands of people marched through Minneapolis to protest the fatal shooting of a woman by an immigration agent. The officers would be deployed to bolster the safety of immigration and customs enforcement and border patrol officials already in Minnesota. Noem said on Fox News Sunday Morning Futures program, some 2,000 federal officers have already been dispatched to Minneapolis-St. Paul area in what DHS has called the largest operation ever. The new deployments began even as more than 1,000 rallies took place nationwide on Saturday as Sunday to protest the federal government deportation push on Wednesday's fatal shooting of 37-year-old Renee Good by an ICE officer. Videos from Chicago, Pittsburgh, and other cities showed crowds in the streets on Sunday, though none appeared to be as large as Saturday's gathering in Minneapolis. Thousands of people marched peacefully in New York City on Sunday, stopping in front of Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue, where demonstrators blocked traffic and chanted, "Hey, hey, 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 ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go," the New York Times reported. Minnesota's officials have called the shooting of good unjust, pointing to bystander video they say showed her vehicle turning away from the agent as he fired. Noem and other U.S. officials have maintained that the agent acted in self-defense because Good, a volunteer in a community network that monitors and records ICE operations in Minneapolis, drove forward in the direction of the agent, who then shot her after another agent had approached the vehicle driver's side and told her to get out of the vehicle. It's crazy they even mentioned that, but I guess they have to because it's the official saying. And to release news under this administration, you have to play ball. Even though right before she says, or Reuters says, pointing to a bystander video, in the video, like it's not just a word of mouth, it's a video. They say showed her vehicle turning away from the agent as he fired. So they're straight up lying to you. This administration is just straight up lying to you in your face. While the sky is blue, they're telling you it's red. In a separate Sunday appearance on CNN State of the Union, Noem said other video footage showed Good protesting ICE agents at other locations earlier on Wednesday morning, but did not say if or when it would be publicly released. Minnesota authorities on Friday said they were opening their own criminal investigation into the incident after some state law enforcement officials said the FBI was refusing to cooperate with state investigators. White House Security Board Czar Tom Homan said on Fox News Sunday that he wanted to let the investigation play out, but that he truly believes the officer thought his life was in danger to take action. He doesn't care what the fuck the investigation says. He's still gonna stick with whatever he believes. Or what he's told to believe. Like anyone with half a brain would say that she was turning away so she wouldn't hit anybody. But of course, to work under this administration, you don't have to use your brain. You just repeat what they're saying. You just repeat what Kristi Noem says. And what she repeats is what Trump says. Dude. Fucking scary face, dude. Look at her pupils. Wait, I gotta see her pupils. Horrifying. Her fucking eyes are so dilated. She's on that blow. Oh my god, dude. It's like you can fit a... I don't know. It's just... What the fuck? Scary, dude. He's a fucking boogeyman. Here we go. Another opinion piece by Hassan the Hun. This is straight up Nazi shit. We are allowing these fucking Nazis to beat up random people in the streets for no reason, other than spectacle and domination, and it's all paid for with our tax dollars. We will never have healthcare, housing, and good wages for all. And it's the same video again. It's like instead of spending billions of our tax dollars for our own good, instead of funding housing, instead of funding utilities, food, healthcare, he'd rather use it to be beating the shit out of American legal citizens, which they shouldn't even be beating undocumented immigrants. They shouldn't even be doing that in the first place. Of course, the governor's got to say something. But is he going to stop it? The surge. Instead of saying to remove them entirely, I highly doubt it's about removing ICE entirely. Over the last week, we've seen federal agents arresting, threatening, and using force against innocent bystanders. They have carried out enforcement actions in schools, at hospitals, and in one horrific instance, shot and killed somebody. Today, AG Ellison announced a lawsuit to end ICE's aggressive and unconstitutional surge into Minnesota. This operation was never about safety. It's a targeted political operation, and Minnesota won't stand for it. Why the fuck would we need that? So fucking dumb. The fucking centrist. The fucking centrists are always like, yeah, the guy who's beating the shit out of people, let's be friends with him. Oh fuck, dude. Who the fuck is Caleb Park, by the way? Journalist, child of God, matcha lover, storyteller, undiagnosed. Shut the fuck up. I hate you. Performative as bullshit. Mm-hmm. I fucking hate LA. Instead of money going to these situations, like cleaning up our fucking beaches, because God knows they're filthy, especially after the rain. E. coli, what is that, typhon or something. It's fucking nasty. Instead of using it to clean up our fucking streets or our oceans don't get polluted, it'd rather be going towards like ice and shit. How big the LA police budget is? It is $1.9 billion. $1.9 billion. The they have the funding for a small army. That's probably more than some countries. Oh, and they're getting approved for another $2.14 billion. Look at their fucking building. Look at that shit. Why do they need it? 145.3 million for salary adjustments, overtime, recruitment, and staffing improvements. Replacing police vehicles and 2 helicopters to replace aging ones. They get paid too much. Fuck them. Half the time, police aren't even doing their fucking work. Okay, I don't know if I could play this video, but I'm just gonna show the image. By Film the Police LA, new LAPD body cam released. A man was stabbing himself, then the cops shot him. Yes. So this is why they need more money.
Hospital for medical staff determined that Sanchez would need to be admitted to the hospital for extended treatment. He remains in critical condition. Sanchez was absentee booked for assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. Medical staff determined that Sanchez would need to be admitted to the hospital.
So when someone is having a mental health breakdown, the first thing cops do is shoot him. Instead of de-escalating, it's straight murder. Hell, even Japan has different forms of like detaining someone. Like throwing a net on someone with a knife. It's like we can look towards other countries on different ways of de-escalating situations, but the police in America would rather just unload. God. That's loud. Move your car. I can't see. Agents repeatedly requested a bystander to move his car, but he couldn't see since they just tear gassed everyone. Again. Excessive force. Unnecessary excessive force. They'll break your fucking legs and tell you to keep moving. Ugh. Disgusting. Of course they're doing this. As protests against ICE continues across Minneapolis, right-wing influencers have flocked to the area to create content and agitate the crowd. Protesters confronted far-right personalities such as Jake Lang Jaden Scott and Gregor Butzow on Friday. The most unloved fucking people. The fuck?
All of you. Yes. Hey, are you guys dating? Are you guys a couple? It's okay to be gay. Are you guys a couple? You gotta call me, motherfucker. You don't look American. You got a black beard, you look like an alien. I'm American as fuck, you fucking piece of shit.
And they're just complete racism.
I'm not American.
That's just...
Born here. You're ready to break down into the...
They don't give a fuck about America. Let's be honest here. They don't. Because if they really did, they would be preserving our fucking ecosystems. They'd be telling the state to be putting money towards infrastructure. But they would rather be living in shit just to complain. They would more likely move to a rundown piece of shit home and complain than demand the governors to pay for infrastructure rebuilding. They're the worst fucking type of people, not only in general, but also like to be around. They're fucking soul sucking. And if you don't laugh at their fucking jokes, they get mad. Oh, you're so soft, bro. You're not laughing at racist remarks? How's that racist? How is that racist? The most mind-melting situations are around these kinds of people.
Only the women do that.
Muslims are taking over your community. You're not even a part of our fucking community.
And that's the fucking best part. The fact that they're not even part of communities. Like, they're not even from there. It's like the same idea that people will shit on California living in bumfuck Idaho. They're not even in like 2 states. They're not even in like... They're not even the next town over. They're completely fucking far across the country. And they'll talk shit about somewhere they've never been in. They're afraid of people. This is why they lash out. Because they're afraid of people around them.
Your daughters will copulate with these mongrels. Yeah, so you want your entire bloodline to be ended because of your virtue signaling. You sound like Joseph fucking Goebbels. Me, I'm an American.
He doesn't know who Joseph Goebbels is. He's too fucking dumb to know who Joseph Goebbels is.
You know who talked like you did? We're Americans. We're proud. We beat the shit out of the Nazis. We are conquerors.
This is what I'm saying. They're too fucking stupid. I think this is the kind of guy who genuinely thinks that Nazis were socialists. This is definitely the kind of guy who you tell that the Nazis weren't socialists. He's like, well, it's in the name. It's in the name. Nazis, they're socialist. But they can't even describe what Nazism is. Or can't even describe what socialism is.
I want my country back from you. Conquerors in Christ Jesus. Mohammed, go home, please. It's not your place to be here.
Go back to Europe.
He sees a black guy and then automatically says he's Muslim. Actually, I don't know who he is. Maybe he is. He's too fucking dumb to actually care.
Your women don't have the same rights as American women. American are white, Christian, Western Europeans, and you guys are bringing your culture to replace our culture. We don't want your culture.
What culture? What culture? What culture? Americans don't have a culture. That's why most American culture is from the black community. What is the culture? Fucking burgers and hot dogs? What is American culture? Is it rock and roll? Because rock and roll was invented by the black community. Like, and then if you say cowboys came from the Latino community. Like, what is white culture?
We don't
want your culture here.
I don't have any problem with you. I don't have any problem with you. I don't hate you. Why you
I don't hate you. I don't want you in my land because you bring about.
I don't hate you, but I don't want you in my land. His land, apparently.
A different system of governance. Jesus Christ himself said, I did not come to bring.
Honestly, these two just need a kiss. I'll say it here. I'll say it here. I think they just need a kiss. I'm just saying, they seem very frustrated. Maybe then they'll stop being hateful. It's my observation, you know.
Peace, but to sow division. We need America for white people. We need Europe for
Dude,
white
he's got the school shooter like 100%.
Quiet down. Don't fucking talk to her like that. You're being tough. Is that your little slam pig? When you get like 8 shots deep at the bar?
Yeah.
You blacked out drunk.
That's what I'm saying. He seems very frustrated. Like the first thing he went to was sexualizing. He may just have to kiss that other guy. Yeah, yeah. That's crazy. The craziest part is the fact that they're using empathy as a weapon. To care for someone else is suicidal, apparently. To feel, to be human, is to be a negative connection. These people don't want to be people. They don't want to be human. They don't want to have any sort of connection to reality, apparently. And that's the craziest part. He's not even wrong there. But let's not act like the Republicans are there to protect it either. Look at all this. This was funded by both Democrats and Republicans. Instead of funding your healthcare, instead of funding your food, your utilities, your homes, the streets you drive on, instead of funding the literal air you breathe, instead of funding childcare, instead of funding everything you fucking need to survive, they would rather put it towards a militia here. This is a terrorist militia walking on our streets.
shooting fucking political people? I never shot anybody but fucking Al Qaeda in Iraq, asshole.
We are Charlie Kirk. We'll carry the flame. You think he listens to that? This guy probably like listens to that while driving. He sings his heart out. And you know, I'll sing too. We're all Charlie Kirk. Fucking goofball.
That's the only people I shot. I shot Al Qaeda. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Your breath is so stank, bro. Yeah, good.
Oh, instead of paying for your fucking flag, go to the dentist. Go pay a dentist instead. That was loud. What is this? This is the Chad listening. And what is this? This is like the beta? I don't know these. the Virgin versus the Chad. These are not serious people. Oh, he's going down on him. He's going down on him. Yo, can I show this? Is this TOS? Oh shit. He's going He's going crazy mode. Oh my god. These are unserious people. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more.
That's what the takeover looks like. The demographic and political replacement of a people.
I would hate to be as fearful anymore.
I'm not fearful. I see it in real life. Ilhan Omar.
Like, these people don't have a personality. Their whole thing is, how can I become popular by saying the most disgusting, reprehensible things? Like, these are not serious people. You know, like, if they're smacked around, then you fucking whatever. You probably deserved it for the hateful things that they say. Sure, freedom of speech, but there's also consequences. If they're rage baiting all the time, they shouldn't be surprised when they successfully rage bait somebody and they get to find out.
Look at the liberal nose ring. Liberal nose ring, mental health disease. Mental health disease. Nose ring, mental health disease.
Nose ring is mental health disease.
Antidepressants. All of you. Yes.
I wish you were on antipsychotics, my God.
Yes. Mood
I wish you were on antipsychotics.
They don't like you, little bro. They don't know you.
Why aren't y'all doing something then? We live in a society of internet, bro. Internet and cell phone. Look at me, you guys are punching me in the fucking face. It's institutionalized.
Can you keep the pedo flag to yourself? It keeps touching people. It's fucking gross. Even when I was a kid, I don't want to touch it. Words.
Oh, fucking. What a stupid fuck. Words. Got him, bro. Yeah, got him. We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame.
Isn't words, it's rape, you fucking psycho.
Pick me.
Why do you look like Walmart Christy Gnome? You look
Walmart Christine. That's good. Dude, the fucking pick-me's are just the worst, too. Alright, well, step away from that a little bit. I haven't read much news coming out of Euda, so I decided to let's read an article together. Make sure it's in the frame here. Okay. UN renews Sudan ceasefire appeal over unimaginable suffering of civilians. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for an immediate ceasefire in Sudan's brutal civil war, which the UN says has created the world's worst humanitarian crisis. Guterres' appeal, made late on Friday, follows a peace initiative presented by Sudan's Prime Minister Camille Idris to the UN Security Council on Monday, which called for the paramilitary rapid support forces to disarm. The plan was rejected by the RSF as wishful thinking. The war erupted in April 2023 when a power struggle broke out between the Sudanese army and the RSF paramilitary group. Since then, the conflict has displaced 9.6 million people internally and forced 4.3 million to flee to neighboring countries. While 30.4 million Sudanese now need humanitarian assistance according to the UN figures. UN Assistance Secretary General Mohammed Khalid Kiari told the UNSC this week that fears of intensified fighting during the dry season has been confirmed. Each passing day brings staggering levels of violence and destruction, he said. Civilians are enduring immense unimaginable suffering with no end in sight. The conflict has shifted in recent weeks to Sudan's central Kordofan region, where the RSF captured the strategic Heglig oil field on December 8. The seizure prompted South Sudanese forces to cross into Sudan to protect the infrastructure, which Kiari warned reflects the increasingly complex nature of the conflict and its expanding regional dimensions. The RSF has also launched a final push to consolidate full control over the North Darfur state, attacking towns in the Zagawa region near the Chad border since December 24th. The offensive threatens to close the last escape corridor for civilians fleeing the country to Chad. The Sudanese Doctors Network, a medical advocacy group monitoring the conflict, said more than 200 people, including women and children, were killed on an ethnic basis by the RSF in the Ambaro, Sarba, and Abu Kamra areas in North Darfur during the offensive. Violence across Sudan's border on Friday when a drone attack killed 2 Chadian soldiers at a military camp in the border town of Tain. A Chadian military intelligence officer told Reuters news agency the drone came from Sudan, though it remained unclear whether it was launched by the army or the RSF. I'm thinking of Pakistan right now. Chad has placed its air force on high alert and warned it would exercise our right to retaliate if the strike is confirmed confirmed as deliberate. Despite the intensifying conflict, the UN achieved a rare breakthrough, saying on Friday that it conducted its first assessment mission to El Fasher since the city fell to the RSF. The UN humanitarian coordinator Denise Brown said the mission followed months of intense fighting, siege, and widespread violations against civilians and humanitarian workers, adding that hundreds of thousands of civilians have had to flee El Fasher and surrounding areas. Earlier this month, Yale University released a report documenting systemic mass killings by the RSF in El Fasher, with satellite imagery, showing evidence of burning and the burial of human remains on mass scale. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio warned last week that the fighting was horrifying and atrocious, telling a news conference that one day the story of what actually happened there is going to be known, and everyone involved is going to look bad. Rubio said he wanted the war to end before New Year, but there is no strong indication that progress has been made. Prime Minister Idris' peace plan proposed an immediate UN-monitor ceasefire and complete RSF withdrawal from the roughly 40% of Sudan it controls. But an advisor to the RSF leader Mohammed Hamedi Dagalo dismissed the proposal as closer to fantasy than politics. Upon return to Port Sudan on Friday, Idris laid down a red line saying the government would reject international peacekeeping forces because Sudan had been burnt by them in the past. Yeah. So more death happening in Sudan. RSF doesn't want to lay down their arms. You know, we hope violence does, we hope it goes away. Yeah. I don't know why Marco Rubio's getting involved here. Probably has gold stocks, let's be honest here. Good thing. Now, at least we have an update from Don. Hmm. Oh, that's right. I also forgot that a U-Haul truck went to the crowd. It was yesterday. How did I forget this? Let's read about that. U-Haul, Los Angeles. I'm hungry. Really eating. U-Haul truck hits protesters during demonstration in Westwood against Iran government. Police are investigating an incident in which the driver of a U-Haul truck drove into several people during a protest in Westwood against the Iranian regime. Few details were immediately available, but the video of the incident Sunday afternoon showed protesters pulling the driver out of the vehicle. Police appeared to have taken him into custody. The Los Angeles Fire Department evaluated 2 people at the scene, and they declined treatment. The department said that resources following the incident were delayed due to the size of the teeming crowd near the federal building. Los Angeles Police Department sources said officials were investigating a possible motive for the driver's action, noting some type of writing on the side of the truck, or some type of writing of the U-Haul video from the scene showed a sign on the truck that included the words "No Shah" and "No Mullah." The LAPD said no ambulances were called following the incident. The protests drew hundreds who gathered outside the building on Wilshire Boulevard. Iran has been roiled by 2 weeks of protests. Activists say at least 538 people are dead. More than 10,000 have been arrested. Now, I'm just going to give my quick opinion about this. 2 things can be true. A, America and Israel can be involved. And B, it could also start as it could also start as it could have also started as a real protest against the leaders. Let's not forget, America does have a sanction on Iran, meaning they're not going to be generating a large amount of money for their country. But also the government could also be using their money unwisely, causing people to struggle and start protesting against the government. Now, it is very known that the U.S. loves getting involved in protests against a regime to create a regime change. That's all I'm adding there. I'm gonna be learning more and then giving my opinion every time I learn something new. The Tennessee Hauler. I personally find this guy a little bit annoying. I do. I'm not gonna lie. But his First Amendment right deems it so he is able to be out there singing, making fun of the cops or ICE, and I believe he shouldn't have been arrested here.
You got your super soakers. You got your fucking baloney. Where are we going? We want us over here? Oh, we got the power march. What are we doing here?
Okay. The quick realization. I'm sorry, it's just.
What are we doing here?
Oh. It's fucked up. He shouldn't have been arrested here. Fucking stupid. He should not have been arrested. I wonder when the protesters are going to start learning about de-arresting. You know, I wonder when there's going to be a group of people actually stepping in and then helping to pull protesters out. My rabbit wants to get under the table. He starts chewing on things. Can't have that. I'm a little bit upset, but not surprised that when ICE first killed the people in the detention centers, but also when Miramar Martinez was killed in broad daylight. The CCTV showed him he was not putting the officer in danger or the agent in danger, and that the agent was completely safe, still murdered by ICE. And nobody really cared. And then recently, Keith Porter Jr. dies by ICE, or a off-work agent, and the news didn't even cover much about it. But a white woman murdered by ICE, broad daylight, did not put any agent in danger. All of the news still talking about it almost a week out. It's just a little bit upsetting. But it's just nothing to be surprised about. Especially when time and time again, people of color raising their voices, marching out loud. And yet nobody in Congress, nobody of the general public caring. It's just a little heartbreaking. But now, at least people are standing up against ICE. People, and when I mean people, I mean, like, of course, when I mean the larger broad community, white people. When white people start standing up, then laws change. When white people stand up, then the system starts shaking. So of course, I'm not against it. Why would I ever be against it? But I'm just like, it's just like strike while the iron is hot. You know what I mean? Like, now at least, it's unfortunate Renee Nicole Good had to be murdered. At least the broad majority of people are standing up. Yeah. I saw this. I'm still not sure what it's about. All I know is that the is that Donald Trump wanted to reduce interest rates on the loans, right? Then Jerome Powell saying that he wasn't going to do that, and that Trump was going to sue him or something, or take him litigically.
No one, certainly not the chair of the Federal Reserve, is above the law. But this unprecedented action should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats and ongoing pressure.
That video posted by the Federal Reserve Sunday evening in response to a criminal investigation launched by U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro into the $2 billion renovation of the Federal Reserve headquarters. But Powell claimed that is not what's behind this probe.
Those are pretexts. The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president.
Since returning to office, President Trump has consistently and frequently attacked Powell.
No, he's a political hack, not very good. He's not a smart guy.
Threatening to fire him.
He's got some real mental problems. No, he's something wrong with him. It's just sweet. I'll be honest, I'd love to fire his.
And criticizing the pace of interest rate cuts.
He's too late, always too late, a little slow, and I'm not happy with him.
Over the last year, the Federal Reserve cut interest rates 3 times, most recently in December.
The
headquarters renovation project has fueled Trump's attacks, as in this exchange with Powell in July when Trump...
Okay, I'm assuming that it's getting too expensive for him. Is that we don't have enough money to be doing this stupid-ass ballroom.
Visited the construction site.
It looks like it's about $3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
In a Sunday night.
Like, dude, I am the guy who handles the money. I'm the money guy. Even Trump's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Bro, he's the money guy. He's the guy with the money. If we're talking about money, he's Jerome Money. It's not Powell, it's Jerome Money.
NBC interview, the president denied any involvement in the investigation, saying, quote, "I don't know anything about it." Powell was first appointed to the Fed board by then-President Obama in 2012, nominated by Trump in his first term to be chair in 2017, and reappointed by then-President Biden in 2022.
God.
I would expect that the markets
It's
would
like they're
be
fucking
happy to
melting.
see that there's more transparency at the Fed.
Today, National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett, a potential replacement for Powell, defended the Justice Department's probe.
I think that it's really important to understand where the taxpayer money goes and to understand why it goes this way or that.
As did White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
The president has every right to criticize the Fed chair. He has a First Amendment right, just like all of you do. And one For sure, the president's made it quite clear is Jerome Powell is bad at his job. As for whether or not Jerome Powell is a criminal, that's an answer the Department of Justice is going to have to find out.
Criminal?
Limited pushback today from congressional.
Criminal for what? Protecting the money? Not even most Americans have this kind of interest rate.
Republicans, Senator
Looks
Kevin
like
Cramer
30%.
calling Powell a, quote, bad Fed chair, but adding, I do not believe, however, he is a criminal. Senator Tom Tillis went further, saying he would, quote, oppose the confirmation of any nominee for the Fed, including the upcoming Fed chair vacancy, until this legal matter is fully resolved. Reaction from House Speaker Mike Johnson was definitive when asked if the DOJ was being weaponized.
Of course not.
The markets reacted initially, too, with the Dow at one point dropping more than 400 points after the opening bell.
He's just chilling. He's always chilling. He bites so much shit, though. He's always biting everything. And it's, annoying. Annoying. Yeah. Let's watch a coffee sale.
On Friday, the Department of Justice...
Stop, bro. I already watched it. I think he was just saying that. I think it was just about how it's not the first time the president has asked him to reduce interest rates. It's just the first time they had to come out with the video. Basically, like how kidnappers would make someone make a video and just like kind of plead for them. You know what I mean? Happening. What's going on Twitter? Twitter. Oh, right. I fucking saw this and it just like, it's just, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? The EPA will no longer consider how many lives are saved when setting pollution limits. The New York Times reports. Instead, it will consider the cost to businesses of complying with clean air regulations. People living? Too expensive. No, thank you. Hey, guys. Is it more expensive to let cyanide in the air? Or keeping it clean? Keeping it clean? Fuck it. Throw the cyanide in the air. Long-term exposures of both pollutants is linked to asthma, heart and lung disease, and premature death. Even moderate exposure to PM2 or PM2.5 can damage the lungs about as much as smoking. Double smoke damage? Fuck it. It's easy for me to joke about it, but there's literal people suffering because of it. It's kind of important to walk around with a mask now. Oh, is this another angle of it? Classic music, La Chona.
We're not the radical Antifa left. This is Coachella.
Arresting the dancing giraffe. Is that the right side?
What would your mom think?
You way off federal property now, boys. Any of you. Pussies, all of you.
God forbid people practice their First Amendment rights. God fucking forbid that. Yeah, those fucking hurt, by the way. Don't take it off. Don't take it off. Don't take it off. What a fucking Chad. He's like, you think that's gonna do anything? Do that again. He's fucking crazy, man. What a fucking Chad right here. Unbothered. Don't take it off. Yeah. This better go through.
And we're here to announce a lawsuit we're filing against the United States Department of Homeland Security to end the unlawful, unprecedented surge of the federal law enforcement agents into Minnesota. Because this has to stop. We've come together and we're here to announce a lawsuit we're filing against the United States Department of Homeland Security.
So, Attorney General A.G. Ellison just announced that the state, along with cities Minnesota and St. Paul, is suing the federal government to end Operation Metro Surge and get ICE out of Minnesota. It fucking better go through. Luscious Massacre with the W. Fuck la migra. Brody Fox with a great commentary. Notice here, we outnumber them 1,000 to 1 on the streets because the accounts on here are either bots or basement dwellers. They don't go outside. They don't function in normal society. They're afraid. Ugh. Greg Bovino. What a nasty, dirty fuck.
And we will see what I would consider some pretty important intent. Did that individual have the opportunity? Yes. Did that individual take that opportunity? Yes.
Dude, there's a common trend between people like this, is that they're always hiding something. Some news will come out about him. I'm sure of it. It's gonna make him look small. It's gonna make him look like a slug. Slug Bovino. I can feel it.
A 1,000-pound missile is not something anyone wants to face, especially in a split
A
second
1,000-pound missile, and it's the slowest fucking object on Earth.
in a very already inhospitable environment.
Turns
Hats
away.
off to that ICE agent. I'm glad he made
He's
it
not
out
even.
alive. I'm glad.
He's not even in the fucking way.
Hospitable environment. Hats off to that ICE agent. I'm glad.
The reason his camera fucking moves like that is because he's literally. He's shooting her right there. He's shooting her. The car's moving away. He doesn't even like move. Like he doesn't. It's not like he's on the floor.
Off to that ICE agent. I'm glad he made.
There's like no contact. He's the one touching the car. The car doesn't touch him.
It out alive. I'm glad he's with his family. By and large, 90% of the public are happy to see us. They like to engage with us. They like to talk with us and find out about our missions and what we.
That's fucking funny. He says that. Every video of him in the streets is people fucking cursing him out.
We do. A lot of people ask about recruitment and things like that. But when you have that very vocal 5%, it actually scares.
By the way, he doesn't know math. 5% is not 100%. If he's saying 90%.
The public.
He's pulling these numbers out of his asshole.
And, you know, I actually felt sorry for the public in the Target store that day because it actually scared them. And
oh, it wasn't the amount of fucking cops there. It wasn't the amount of fucking agents swarming one 17-year-old. Fucking slug bovino. Mom Donnie with another W, as usual.
My guiding principle is to follow the law. And the laws that we have here in New York City, especially our sanctuary city policies, they prohibit coordination with ICE agents, for example, if they want to enter into a city property without a judicial warrant signed by a judge. However, what it does permit is the coordination between city and federal government on around 170 crimes if someone has been convicted of that. And so I think that's an example to where the kind of coordination is permitted.
Okay. Mom Donna's son is enacted. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna grab something to eat. I'm quite hungry. And I'll probably switch over to it's saying Euda offline. Heck. Connect. This. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little break. I'll be back playing. If not, and oh. Okay. Anyways, that's it for me for now. I might be back to play games later. I will be posting this up on YouTube. I need to download this. I'm gonna edit this afterwards. And if you're watching this from YouTube, hello. I could be live at this time or a later time. Who knows? Anyways, that's it for me. I will see you at some point.